The first thing that I'm gonna do is for the cranberries. I see that they're a little big. I mean, they're okay like that. You don't have to chop them up, but I would prefer to have them in smaller pieces so I can get a piece in every, or try to get a piece in every bite. So just give them a rough chop or pop them in the food processor, whatever makes it easy for you. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna set this aside. We're just gonna prep our stuff first and then we'll assemble everything. This is a very easy bread pudding. You can make it the night before, pop it in the oven in the morning, and great breakfast or, you know, midday snack, dessert, however you want to serve it. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Now, I like walnuts. You can put pecans, you can put almonds, and these are whole. You can break them up with your hand or you just give them a rough chop on the board, whatever you prefer. They don't have to be very small, just lightly chopped. Okay, we'll set these aside. Okay, now we are going to zest our orange. I just have a large navel orange here. Just take the zest. Try not to get any of the white because that makes it bitter. So we just want about a tablespoon of zest. Okay, that should be enough right there. I'm just gonna scrape it up, put it into a little bowl, and immediately you can smell the zest of the orange. Okay, we're gonna set that aside. Okay, now we're gonna whisk our egg. I'm gonna add in the essence. I have some orange extract. I have some vanilla extract, and if you want to change those, you can even add almond extract on here. Just take it easy with it because almond is pretty strong. I am going to add the zest in here and the salt. So I'm trying to get everything together. We're just going to whisk this together. We're going to whisk it some more once we add in our milk into our bowl. Okay, now with the croissants, what I do, I don't like to put them whole in there, so I just try to cut them into a little over an inch, just about this size. Cubes, and we're just going to put them in a bowl here. Just keep going with this. And if the croissants, I leave mine for about 3 or 4 days to make sure they get stale. It sounds weird, but that's what helps all the egg custard absorb. It just gives it a great flavor. Okay, now we have our croissants cut. Now we are going to mix our milk and egg custard with sugars. For our baking dish, I am going to use this 9 by 13 inch 3-quart baking dish. I have some butter. You can spray it, but you know, this needs to be buttered well so that the bread pudding doesn't stick. Okay, so just go all the way around real well. Okay, we're going to set this aside, and now we're going to bring in our egg mixture. We're going to bring in the milk. Seems like a lot, but it's a lot of bread. Our brown sugar, just don't let it flop. Our white sugar, and we're going to give all this a good whisk. Okay, once you can't pick up any egg with the whisk, that means it's ready. Okay, just like that. Our pecans and our cranberries are gonna go in a minute. I like to put those pretty much at the end so they don't sink to the bottom. Now, we're just gonna add in our croissant pieces and let them soak in here for about a half an hour. And it should soak them up pretty quick because the bread is stale, like I said. You can go and buy them at your day-old bakery, or, you know, if you want to buy them like at Sam's, I buy the big box. Leave them out for a day or so, and they get nice and stale the way you want them. And then just give it a mix. I'm going to let this soak for a little bit, and then with the wooden spoon, I'm going to toss it gently just to make sure that everything is incorporated, okay? So I'll be right back in a few minutes. Okay guys, we're gonna give this a mix. It's been sitting here for a few minutes, but it still needs a little bit longer because there's still some custard down there that we need to get this absorbed into the bread. And it's just been a couple of minutes. I just wanted to show you how fast it drinks up, how fast the stale croissants drink up the egg mixture. We're just gonna let it sit for a few more minutes. Okay, now we are just gonna mix in our cranberries. And then we're going to give it a little shush around here, a little mix. Add in the nuts. Okay, now just give it a little mix so that they can go into the mixture as well. But I like to see some on top, and that's the reason that I don't put it in at the, you know, with the mixture. And then the color for the upcoming holidays, this makes a beautiful dessert for your dessert tables. Okay, see how pretty that looks? Okay, now the last step to this bread pudding, I still like to let it sit for a little bit. I add butter, little cubes of butter. Okay guys, we're gonna cover this with some aluminum foil and we're gonna pop it in the oven for approximately 40 minutes. And then we're gonna uncover it and bake it uncovered for another 30 minutes, okay? So this is going into a 350-degree oven for about 40 minutes, and we'll be back. I'm gonna move on to the glaze while we're waiting for our bread pudding. Here I have some powdered sugar, and the orange that we zested earlier, it still has some zest in here. So I'm gonna finish zesting that part of it, just the piece that has zest, just to give it the same flavors what's in the pudding right now. Okay, we're gonna cut the orange and we're gonna use the juice. There's no need in wasting food. And I don't mind the pulp in there, so if some goes in there, that's okay, let it go. Okay, I'm gonna reserve the second half just in case we need the juice of that. I'm gonna put a little tiny pinch of salt, and then we are going to add some melted butter, okay? And this might be enough liquid, and then give this a whisk. And as you can see, we're gonna need some more liquid. Okay guys, we're gonna add a little bit of half and half, and just go a little bit at a time. Take your time with it. Okay, I'm gonna add the rest of the juice from that half of the orange. Okay, and that's a consistency that you should have right there. Okay, we're just gonna cover this with some saran wrap until we're ready for our bread pudding to come out of the oven. And we'll be right back. This is what the bread pudding looks like right out of the oven, guys. And I'll tell you, it smells delicious. We're gonna add some glaze here in a minute. Okay guys, here's our bread pudding out of the oven. It's still very hot, but I'm gonna show y'all how I serve it up. Of course, I normally won't cut it right away, but I'm gonna do it for the sake of the video. And then we're gonna add the icing, the glaze. Look at that. And then of course you serve as much as you want to. Like I said, you could prepare everything, make it the night before and pop it in the oven in the morning, and it makes for a great breakfast addition. Okay, then I just get the glaze. Let me move this over. I get some glaze, and sometimes it'll thicken up the glaze. You just get some more milk or half and half and thin it out, and then just drizzle it on top just like that. Put as much or as little as you want to. And that's it, guys. This is my version of orange cranberry croissant bread pudding. Delicious and easy. Okay guys, that's gonna conclude the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you add this to your Thanksgiving dessert table or for your next brunch or just for breakfast. Thank you so much for watching, and please share them on your social media and go visit us on Facebook at Virtual Kitchen with Laura. Thank you guys for watching. Talk to y'all later. Bye.